So Clare Crawley, as you guys know, I've been a pretty big fan of hers, although that one caller thought that I'm mean to Clare Crawley. I don't think I've been mean at all. I think I've explained, talked about her anxiety and how she's trying the best and fighting through it and trying to communicate with Dale and learning about each other and toenails and whatever the case may be. But we have here, I've made several videos bringing Tasha in. I'm zooming into like the megapixels trying to see her ring to see if she's wearing her engagement ring. Dale Moss, her on-again boyfriend, maybe fiance, has done some podcast rounds lately. He's donating his cameos to charity. I mean, I think we've done a 180 on Dale Moss, and I'll tell you this. It's important to know we don't know these people, and everyone's trying the best with the info they have, of course, and we hated Dale Moss when they broke up, and sure, he's made some mistakes. That Instagram where he broke up with Claire, who knows, maybe they got in a fight, and she was like, we're done, and he like, all right, and he drafts up his thing, he signs the Instagram post, and she's like, what are you doing? I said we were done, but I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? You got Dale, listen, it ain't what they say, okay? They might say so. It's not what they say. It doesn't mean you're done. Let it cool down. Let her get a mani-pedi. Figure it out. Maybe you are done. Maybe she's having a moment. You know what I mean? So anyway, Dale's been doing the rounds on his podcast, on different podcasts, and people have asked, said, hey, look, is she wearing the ring again? Very stupid of us to even care, but it's like, we want that tangible thing. We're rooting them on. At this point, I think most of us are rooting them on. If you're still following Dale and Claire, chances are it's because you're like, go get it, guys. Come on. It's almost like when someone's on life support in a movie and they die, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the character died. And then a minute later, they're like, and they come back to life, and everyone's like, yeah, they're back to life. And that's Claire and Dale. They're back to life. Back to life. Boy, that's, wow. What was that? All right, so this is that. Let's play what she's got here. She went to the hospital. Oh, hold on. What is this music I got going on in the background? Let me shut off this. Do we have an Irish funeral? What, Scottish? What is that? All right, so here she is. Let's play her Instagram story, and we will notice she's wearing the Neal Lane engagement ring again. So here she is drinking, well, hold on a second. I just, it's important to have the devil's in the details. A cranberry raspberry flavored blend, which has 100% juice, but I'm guaranteeing this is not the healthiest beverage. Don't you love, though, when you're thirsty as a kid and you just squeeze a juice box till it's empty? You ever suck on a juice box to the point where it looks like it's just like completely void, like the air pressure, it's just like sealed off? That's how I feel like I lived my childhood. And then you get to college and you're doing the same thing with a, White Claw, whatever it is you're doing, whatever the kids are drinking these days. All right, anyway, so she's doing saltines in a juice, so clearly something's wrong with the tummy. Now let's see what she's got. She seems kind of, let's do it again. She seems kind of high to me. Listen to her. I think she seems high.
Breakfast of champs.
Breakfast of champs. Now, she said she posted this because she was alone. So the question is, was this a pre-planned, by the way, how big is that rock? I know this is a small juice box here, but that is a large chunk of rock right there. She's got the filter on, which, by the way, ladies, can we all agree to cease fire on these filters? She doesn't look like this. Claire's 40. Be 40. It's okay. Sometimes I'll use a filter on my Instagram, but only if my fiance's in it. She gets very mad if I do a raw photo. God forbid they see my beautiful fiance. But the point is ladies, calm down on the filters. It's an unrealistic expectation we're all setting up for ourselves. I wish I could put a filter on my stand-up videos and make people laugh more. That would be nice. All right, folks. So she's got the rock on. Let's continue here and see if she's high or what's going on.
So just wanted to clarify something, you guys. I was not in the hospital earlier because of anything to do with the reaction to a COVID vaccine. I think everybody is very, very, very scared of that and jumps to that conclusion. I had the shot last Wednesday. I actually had zero reaction to it. And if anything, I slept for 12 hours the next night and I felt like a champ. I felt so good. So I know everybody's experience is different, but that was my experience. And the only reason I posted earlier was because I was alone in the room and I was nervous. And I was just trying to distract myself. So that's all. I'm okay now. All is well. So thank you guys for sending sweet messages. I appreciate those.
I think she sounds...
keep watching that video from earlier. I was laughing so hard. Those baby crumbs on my lips. What is that? Get it together, Claire. And that mini juice box was literally one sip. One and done.
One and done with that juice box, just like her and Dale on the show. One and done. Found that guy. Got to get him going. So some people in the comment section think she scripted this moment. Let's see here. I feel like her story was posted intentionally. She wanted everyone to see her ring back on her finger. Well, I mean, here's the deal. At some point, she knows everyone's following her every move. So what's the smartest way to get the ring back? Well, this is she's at the hospital. She's got other things going on. So she could plausibly deny responding to all the things, being like, is that the ring? Is that the ring? Listen, it's the ring. That's the $100,000 ring right there. I mean, it's amazing. It's like 3 or 4 carats. GJ says, yeah, she's totally high, which is great. There's nothing better than being a little high at the hospital. They put you on some meds for God knows what. I know there's going to be rumors that she's pregnant. I think people actually already messaged me. They're like, oh, she's pregnant. And I was like, come on, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it. I'm not starting a rumor. I'm just saying when she's been begging for babies and all of a sudden she's at a hospital and drinking a juice box. It's like, is that one of those fertility juice boxes? Are we high in the folic acid? What's going on, Claire? I don't think she's pregnant, but if she is, I respect her right to tell us at a time she feels safe and secure about that. People in the comment section are saying the same thing. Maybe we do that all the time, right? If I'm ever like Tasha couldn't drink alcohol for a few years because of her Lyme disease medication, and we'd have to tell people she's not pregnant because the first thing everyone's having to drink, and she's like, I'll have a cranberry juice. Everyone's like, oh, really? And it's like, she's not pregnant. All right, but whenever there's a movie or something and someone's like, oh, I don't feel well, everyone's like, all right, plot twist, somebody's pregnant. That's just what we always kind of go to. She must have been high and is now sober watching it back. That's what Kristen Nunez says. Did we get off track, or did you show Katie's promo and I missed it? Oh, yeah, we already passed through that. It was a 30-second promo. We showed it twice. Dale seems way more in touch with his feelings versus Matt. Love Matt, but he needs to evolve emotionally, I think, to be ready for a relationship. We'll talk about Matt in a second. Yeah, isn't it strange that we've compared Dale and Matt? Now, rightfully so. Dale and Matt both, I don't want to get this wrong, I believe they both were drafted to play professional football as receivers. I could be wrong. Maybe they practice squad. Either way, Dale, of course, was Clare Crawley's pick, and then Matt James was supposed to be on that season as well. He was drafted. He was upgraded in a sort of once-in-a-lifetime move that's never happened before, as far as I know, on Bachelor, where they announced before Clare's season even shut, hey, we got our next Bachelor. It's Matt James. Now, of course, we know for the most part, Bachelor producers did that as a performative measure during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement over last summer, which is shady, and it's like you don't get a pass because you did that. But B, I do respect that you made a strong move. I do respect that you finally made a move versus no move at all. But also, as we know, it's like how more performative could you be with that move that happened? And a lot of people in hindsight have said, well, Matt James wasn't a great pick. I mean, look what happened, But we'll talk about Matt James next, next thing on the live here. But let's button up this conversation. Someone asked if I'm from the Bronx. No, I'm not from the Bronx. I'm from Newport, Rhode Island. But I did live in Harlem, which is 2 subway stops away from the Bronx. So, Paige says, Dale seems way more in touch with his feelings. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Never ask anyone if they are pregnant because the one time I did, she said, nope, I'm just fat. Oh, no. Oh, no. And of course, as we've discussed with pregnancy, as open and as honest as we want people to talk about their feelings, there is a lot of stigma when it comes to miscarriage. There's a lot of stigma when it comes to loss and people feeling like they can't talk about the pregnancy till it's so many weeks in. And I respect all that fully. I respect that fully. To ask someone if they're pregnant is ridiculous. It's and I know it normally comes from a good place, but to ask someone if they're pregnant, it's like, can we listen? Until they're crowning, don't, you know what I mean? Because, oh boy, and it comes from a good place. But either way, just because Claire's 40 and has said she wants babies and she's at the hospital not feeling well, doesn't mean she's pregnant. It doesn't not mean she's pregnant, but of course we're going to give her that respect and all that jazz. But boy, if you do know the place to go when it comes to getting the spoiler ultrasound photos, it is your boy Dave Neal. We're going to get those spoilers. I'm kidding. All right. So that's the PSA for the day. Never ask anyone if they're pregnant because the one time I did, she said, nope, I'm just fat. And that's the news, folks. So that's Clare Crawley. People left some comments. We'll just read a couple comments here. I like to go to the best comments of the day. They're usually the funniest. That's definitely the engagement ring she got on the show. Who does she still have it? Why does she still have it considering her and Dale split up? His breakup post was signed. I think they're kidding because he signed the breakup post, but obviously they ripped up that contract. They deleted all those photos. What is this? A juice box for ants? Of course. That comment is in reference to Zoolander's, what is that, when they designed the little school and it was like small, and he was like, it needs to be at least double that size. Classic comedy. Yes, I think the story makes it pretty clear. Wonder if it's intentional to make a statement after the rumors about Dale from this weekend. There were rumors from Dale this weekend. I didn't even see those. Oh, the OG cheating rumors. I just did a quick Google, and the latest is them reconciling in Florida and confirming they're back together. Boy, how delayed. I feel like I'm reading last year's news. We covered this story like 4 months ago. Get with it. They went to Rosebuds, they bumped their Harrisons, and they're having a freaking blast, all right? If we live in a country where you can't break up and get back together, you go to Florida. You want to amend a relationship that's on the rocks? Florida. You have a relationship that doesn't work and maybe you got knocked up at a gas station parking lot back in college and you want to introduce the baby's daddy? Florida. All right, folks, that's where you go. You go to Florida. When in doubt, go to Florida. That's what they did, and they came back engaged. And I bet you they came back with some tramp stamps too. Look, no offense to tramps. It's a fabulous place to put a billboard-sized tattoo on your lower back. It's going to look great when you gain a few pounds like we all do. That's why I never wanted to get a tattoo, because I got saggy boobs. It's like, imagine getting a nice like tattoo on my thing and then all of a sudden it's like looks like a deflated one of those inflatable things from the gas station, but then the power goes out and it's like, ooh. That's what my breast tattoo would look like. No tattoos here. Yeah, we'll do the national anthem once in a while. I can get it to the full thing, but sometimes it's better to just cut it off. What's your guess on Katie? Do you think she gets engaged? All right, well, let's button this up. So this is the end of the Clare Crawley talk.